everybody. Welcome to day two of GC session. This is your GC Youth Aftershow with me, Mwenya. I'm so excited for you guys to join me today. Today has been a packed day here in St. Louis for the GC session. Started off strong with devotional in the morning. I hope you all tuned in. From then, it just kept going. I think you remember yesterday there was a motion on the floor that dealt with immunization and the what's the word I'm looking for, the statement. There was a statement that was produced online that showed in 2025, and then that was different from what was read on session floor this morning. Um, as you realize, what was realized yesterday was there was some inconsistencies with those motions and those statements that were posted. So with that realization, they have gone back and they have changed it um, to be more reflective of the correct vote that was made by ADCOM. To watch more about that, go into the morning episode of today's GC session, the morning show, where Pastor Ted Wilson got on the floor to make this explanation clear to the body. After that, there was a motion again to revisit the agenda that was passed yesterday. This motion went on the floor, but unfortunately did not pass. This just is so cool to me because it shows that you are able to really have your voice heard. If you felt that something didn't go the way you would have predicted the day before, you can come back on session floor and ask for it to be revisited. But does that mean it will pass? No. The rest of the people on the floor also have to agree with your stance on that item. Unfortunately, that vote didn't just have the majority for that time. Then there was a really fun statistical report that was done today by Dr. David Trim from the Archives of Statistics Department of the General Conference. One fun fact that I found out was that it takes, on average around the world, so this is an average not necessarily for each territory, but on average across the world, it takes about 12 Adventists to convert one person. Statistics that they found out. And it was pretty interesting to also see how the different divisions and things are moving in the world and also how members are growing or maybe losing members. I think that might be a spark for divisions when they think about mission for the church and how they're going about it. How is that really being seen on the ground? Then we also saw the treasurer's report and the secretary's report. Then after, in the middle of the treasurer's report, we heard that the nominating committee, who had started their duty this morning, were now back on session floor with a nomination for GC president. The nominating committee presented their nomination to the body, and the body voted to elect a president, now President Erton Kohler, as the president of the GC, beginning officially right after the vote would be taken by the floor. So the floor voted, and an overwhelming majority did vote for Pastor Erton Kohler to be the president. For any of my youth ministry historians out there, you will understand that Pastor Erton Kohler is a master guy. He is also a previous youth director coming from the South American Division, Southern American Division. And in, I believe, 2005, right here in St. Louis, he was voted in to be the associate youth director for the General Conference. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, but now over 10 years later, he is voted in as the GC president. So it is interesting to see a former youth director be now GC president and how that might play out for youth ministries in the future. We had to, if you're on the social media platforms, you saw that we posted an announcement really fast. So right after everything happens on the floor, GC Communications has a press conference. And today's press conference, all the press, church press and external press were able to interview and have a conversation with President Erton Kohler. And I was able to ask him a question. We will have that clip later. But I did ask him what, as a youth ministry person, as a former youth director, what does he see for the vision, for the future of youth ministry? And he said he believes in the youth, he believes in all you young people, and he's excited to talk with the young people and to help them move mission forward for the church. So that was very exciting today. Today has indeed um, been so cool to see the church voting process, from nominating committee and everything. But we want to hear a bit from you all. Have you been watching the streams? Have you watched all of them? Where are you joining us from? We would love to talk to you in the comments here. But right now, they're starting the evening program here at the General Conference. I believe this group is singing in Swahili. I am not sure which country they're coming from, but they're singing in Swahili. If you know the group, let us know in the comments. But it sounds really beautiful here in the arena. If you're, please, if let us know where you're joining us from, where you're seeing us. Today we went around in the booth. We were able to see some of you all. Heroes was having such a good time today. Young people came to the booth. We're playing, even some young at heart were playing at the booth. It was so exciting to see them all interacting. So please remember to check the website, GC Youth Ministries daily, for the link for the Heroes game so that you're up to date and you're playing along. And make sure you stop by the booth. Yvonne is there with all types of youth ministry materials that if you would like to purchase them, they're there. Obviously, we're closed now for the Sabbath, but we'll be open again tomorrow evening after sunset. But during the booth times, we're opening. So it's Sabbath here. Sabbath is just about to be opening on this side of the world. To you all, happy Sabbath. We're excited. This is only day two. So what's next? Next, after now that they're voted the president of the General Conference, he now moves into the nominating committee and will be with them as they go into the next vote. So the next few votes we're looking for, the next new election we're looking at are the treasurer and the secretary of the general conference. Once those are voted, then we will have the general vice president of the general conference. Those work at the building themselves in the GC. And then we have the vice president, or you all may know them as the president of your division. Those are also voted here. So I know you all will be interested to know who is your division president. That all will be decided here at GC session. So make sure you're staying in tune, even for your own local division elections as well. After those are done, then we will look at the list of the the departmental directors here at the GC, and that is when we will also know who are our youth department director and associate directors. So we're excited. We can't wait. So make sure you're keeping up with everything that's happening. The live stream for GC session is on Adventist News Network on YouTube. And then every article that is published for the church official channel can be found on AdventistNewsNetwork.org. They're doing a fantastic job keeping everybody updated. There's even faster ways to keep in touch with the information if you're not able to watch. That might be on X, or formerly known as Twitter. They're live tweeting on there as well as updates keep rolling in. But now we're starting the evening program. So make sure you tune in now, so you don't want to miss it. Oh, I forgot another fun fact that I found out. So tomorrow, historically, the the general conference secretary is made to speak on the first Sabbath of GC session, and then the second Sabbath is the president, the new elected president. So we're in an interesting time right now because um, the secretary who would have been the secretary to speak tomorrow is Pastor Erton Kohler. So since he has already prepared and is ready to go, he will speak tomorrow and address the church. So you want to be hearing for that. And then, as well as the next Sabbath, he will be speaking then as well. So tune in tomorrow for church service here at the General Conference. That will be also found on Adventist News Network on YouTube. I'm excited to be here with you tonight. Again, my name is Mwenya, and this is the GC Youth Aftershow of GC Session. So I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Bye. We can hear a bit of the music as we're taking out.